So you may know like those fancy like Ark Survival, Rust, and Minecraft games. Man. So we're gonna make our own game in Unreal Engine 5. We have a gun that basically uh, shoots circles. So this is actually my first time using Unreal Engine 5, so I don't really know how to use it. In the BP first person character, I renamed that later. Not gonna delete anything except has the rifle, because you don't really need it. We can compile that. In the first person and in BP, just delete has the rifle. There's probably some, yeah. So if you delete has rifle, it shouldn't really affect anything. Except this, you can just delete it. Yeah. So what we're just gonna do, we're just gonna just delete delete these three things, because we don't need guns. We're not gonna use guns. Probably, maybe, I don't know. So we're gonna create a new folder. How the fuck do you how do you create a new folder, dude? I want new folder. What? So we're gonna create a new folder, call it player blueprint or player BP. I think if I'm correct, we can like add a color. Add like a bluish, purplish. In here, I'm gonna create some folders like animations, um, texture, and maths. So these will be our three folders for today. So I got these arms. I'm just gonna drag it in and have this skeleton probably, or this skeleton. This skeleton. Mannequin arm skeleton. So you can just import that. And it should take a little bit. And if you see this error, it doesn't. It just ignore it. Doesn't really affect anything. Okay. So we have these textures and we have this matte. So just open that up and you will see this. So you can just delete this base color, and now just select. By the way, these arms are in description, so you can get it, and just drag everything inside. So you have four materials that we cannot see. Basically, this will go into the base color. You can see it's the base color. Then this will go into the roughness. If I remember the black, I guess this will do. If there's some sort of problem, just change it up, or So it should look like this, I think, hopefully. So now, if you actually apply it, we can now close that up and select the first person mesh and select our arms, and it should load in a minute. Actually, while it's loading, I'm gonna go into the first person, grab the blueprint, grab the mode, drag it into the player PP. So it's a little organized and stuff. So bam, we can drag all the textures, all the red ones, into the texture folder. And the mattes are going into the mattes, of course. So now, what we're gonna do, we actually want to pick up something, for example. Like in every survival game, you have an inventory. So we're gonna create a base inventory for today. It's not gonna be anything special. So we're gonna create a new folder called inventory system. We're gonna create, of course, like stats as well. Stats system, if that makes sense, I don't know. So in here we're gonna have widgets, images, and of course the items. And now we can go to blueprint and click on actor, and let's name it BP item master. So basically this will be the item that we are going to pick up. It can be a consumable, a weapon, an armor. It can be whatever. We just just have to set it. So open that up. We will add some components called static mesh and collision. So you can choose what collision you're gonna use. I'm gonna use a sphere. I think that's the most. A lot of games uses a sphere collision. And the static mesh, you can just set it as, for example, a cube. So let's have a cube and the radius 120. So it should be bigger than the cube. That's like official, So when you enter this collision, this radius, whatever, you're gonna do something. So you can scroll down and see on component begin overlap, bam, and end overlap. So bam. So right now we're just gonna add some components, add some variables. We're gonna add name. It's gonna be a text. We're gonna add a description, image of the item, the mesh, and that's basically it. So image is texture 2D. Bam. Is it texture 2D? Yeah. The mesh is basically a static mesh, and you can compile and save. Yeah. And that's basically it. So now we have to create a new one. Now we have to go to blueprint class and create a component. Let's call it AC inventory. Can open that up, and in here will be all the inventory logic, I guess. So we're gonna create a function, call it f add item, and it's gonna be super simple. We're gonna add a variable as well. It's gonna be item2 pickup. So you have to know what we are actually picking up or destroying technically, and it's gonna be the item, the BP item master. Bam, that's fairly logical, isn't it? But we actually have to know is the item valid. So I'm gonna get that. And then when it is, we're just gonna destroy. Bam. This will be super simple. I don't wanna complicate things. And in the begin overlap, we're gonna do a get component by class, and the component is AC inventory. So basically this one. So we're not gonna get this function, we're gonna actually get this variable. So we're gonna set item to pickup, and the item is self. Bam. So this is, if you're not gonna do this, it's not gonna work. So but before we do it, we're gonna do a branch. We're gonna check one thing, and the thing is, does implement an interface. And that. Now we have to create an interface. Just go to the blueprints, blueprint interface, PPI, pickup. No, let's call it that item, and it's called add. And the input will be an actor, and it's an actor. Bloop. So we can just compile and save it. Now, just implement the interface, you just search for BPI add item. And that's basically it. Right now it's gonna show us false because we haven't actually added the interface to our inventory. But right now you can just copy and paste it here. Bam. Connect all the pins. And we're gonna do another branch, another check. Get item to pickup. We are getting it now. And equal to self. So when we leave the area, the interact area, we're gonna check does it equal itself, what is true, and then it's gonna unset it. Bam. Super simple. So now it should work technically, but it shouldn't. So if we go to BP first person character, we're gonna do F key or whatever key you want, and when we press it, we're gonna do something, aka pick up. So we have to add a component called AC inventory system right here, and just drag it out, add item, and you will see F add item. That's the function, and now it should work technically. I hope so. If we drag out the block or the item, for example, like 2 of them, if we play the game, you will see if we get close and press F, nothing happens because I didn't do something. So why it doesn't work? Because it shows here false. So we have to go to class settings. You will see like a interface or right interface, and just add BPI item. Just save it. And now if we actually play it, you can see we pick up, and we kind of pick up, you know. Wait, there's a running animation. Oh my god, there is. Oh, so you can see we actually kind of pick up the items, except it doesn't go anywhere. It just gets destroyed from the world. Doesn't exist. Just like your dad, just gone, you know. So that's that. So for now, I think that's basically gonna be it. To make more items, you can just right click, create a child, call it for example stone. Go into open it up, go to static mesh, and just basically change it, for example, to this block, you know, this red block. Just compile it, save it, drag it out, and it's gonna do the same function it did. You can see, except these blocks, because they are not interactable yet.